ready to dive back into Black Mesa. Half-Life is 25 years old, can you believe it?
25 years and it still holds up.
Absolutely. And for this deep dive, we're not just celebrating its legacy, we're going back to the source. You all sent in some amazing articles, everything from those classic reviews to a fascinating German piece about... Well, I'll let you explain this one.
Ah, yes. This German article. It's interesting because it doesn't even directly talk about Half-Life. It's more of a time capsule, really.
Yeah.
You see, 1998, that was a wild time for 3D graphics.
I can only imagine. I was still trying to figure out Legos back then.
Right. Back then, developers were obsessed with things like Gouraud shading, trying to make those polygons look less, well, polygonal.
Gouraud shading sounds awfully technical for someone who is building Lego spaceships. What does that even mean?
It's all about smoothing out those rough edges, making surfaces look more rounded. Instead of those blocky messes, you started getting characters and environments that actually looked kind of, well, round.
Oh, okay. I'm starting to picture it. So less like Minecraft, more like... And what about that other term you mentioned, MIP mapping?
Ah, yes, MIP mapping. That was another game changer. Imagine this. Different resolutions for textures depending on how far away they were from the player. So up close, you got crisp, detailed textures. But as things got further away, they'd subtly shift to lower resolutions.
Sneaky. And I bet it saved a ton of processing power back then, right?
Absolutely. It was crucial for performance. But here's the thing about Half-Life. It didn't just use these techniques, it elevated them.
That seems to be a common theme. All the articles we received mention how Half-Life pushed the boundaries of what games could do, but I'm particularly interested in this, how it revolutionized storytelling.
Yes. Half-Life did something truly innovative. Think about other games from that era, lots of cutscenes, right? Big cinematic breaks in the action to move the story forward.
Right, you'd be pulled out of the action watching a mini-movie.
Exactly. But Half-Life said, nope, you are Gordon Freeman every step of the way. You experience everything in real time through his eyes.
Wow, that must have been incredibly immersive for players back then. No more detached cutscenes, you were thrown right into the thick of it.
Exactly. Escaping the Black Mesa facility, that iconic tram ride, the mystery of the G-Man, it all unfolded seamlessly through Gordon's eyes.
It's amazing to think how groundbreaking that was. No wonder people still talk about Half-Life's atmosphere. It wasn't just about the graphics, it was about that feeling of truly inhabiting Gordon's world.
And it wasn't just the storytelling, right? This Medium article you sent, it digs into the mechanics of Half-Life and why it's still so replayable today.
Yeah, I was really fascinated by that article. We've talked about the story, the atmosphere, but what else keeps players coming back for more after all these years?
A big part of it, the AI Half-Life's artificial intelligence, was revolutionary for its time.
Really? How so? I mean, weren't most games back then all about, predictable enemy patterns?
Pretty much. But in Half-Life, enemies reacted to you. They used flanking maneuvers, laid down suppressing fire.
Whoa, hold on. They actually strategized against the player.
Oh, yeah. And get this, they even used grenades intelligently.
You're kidding. So those grenades weren't just for show. They weren't just a tool for the player.
Nope. The enemies used them too, which added a whole new level of challenge and realism to combat.
I bet it did. Even the IGN review from back in '98, they were blown away by how dynamic the combat felt.
Exactly. Every encounter was different. But speaking of design, impressive AI only gets you so far if the levels themselves aren't interesting. How about those environments?
Right. So level design. Because even with the best AI, nobody wants to wander around boring corridors. What did Half-Life do differently there?
Half-Life definitely pushed boundaries with its level design.
Yeah.
I mean, even the IGN review, and they loved the game, pointed out some issues with the XZ levels, the alien world section.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember reading about those. What was it? The jumping puzzles didn't quite work in those environments?
Yeah, it sounds like the game's engine, the Goldsark engine, wasn't really built for that kind of complex platforming. And the jumping mechanics, well, they weren't exactly Half-Life's strong suit.
Yeah, even the most groundbreaking games have their flaws, right?
Absolutely. But here's the thing. Even with those rough edges, Half-Life made people rethink what game worlds could be.
It wasn't just about going from point A to point B anymore. It was about exploration, atmosphere, and uncovering the story through the environments themselves.
Precisely. And you know what else was groundbreaking? The modding scene that exploded around Half-Life. Golem.de called it a legacy of innovation.
And they weren't kidding. It really is mind-blowing. I mean, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, these massive franchises, they started as Half-Life mods.
Right. It shows you the power of giving players the tools to create, Valve really understood that.
It was brilliant and kind of gutsy, don't you think? Back then, releasing your game's tools like that wasn't exactly standard practice.
Not at all. It was a risk, but it paid off big time. And you can see it in the sales numbers. Half-Life was a massive hit, especially for a new company at the time.
Huge. Wikipedia mentioned it really solidified Valve's place in the industry. They weren't just a one-hit wonder, you know? This was a game changer in more ways than one.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, right? We've been talking about how immersive Half-Life was back in '98, but with today's technology.
Oh man, don't even get me started
Man,
on...
right? Imagine stepping off that tram in VR, feeling that Black Mesa facility come to life around you.
Or that first head crab encounter. Talk about a whole new level of terror. Those things still give me nightmares.
It's crazy to think about the possibilities, because at its heart, Half-Life was all about putting you in Gordon's shoes, making you feel like you were really there. And that's what VR does best.
Exactly. You know, for a game that came out when I was still building Lego castles, it's amazing how relevant Half-Life still feels. It's a testament to the power of innovative game design, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Half-Life didn't just raise the bar for storytelling in games, it showed the world what games could be. Immersive, thought-provoking, and just plain fun to play.
Well said. And you know what? It makes you excited for the future of games, doesn't it? Who knows what incredible experiences await us in the next 25 years?
I can't wait to find out.
Me neither. A huge thanks to everyone for joining us on this deep dive into the legacy of Half-Life. And remember, keep exploring, keep playing, and most importantly, keep those HEV suits charged up. Until next time.